Welcome back to another live Arsenal transfer news update show. We're diving into Mohammed Kudus, Chelsea looking to hijack the deal. Will Arsenal respond? Also going to be diving into the latest on Nicolas Pepe. Ante has given a verdict on what's going to happen with Nicolas Pepe. We're also going to recap. I don't really want to recap, but we're going to go through the game yesterday and Arteta's post-match interview as he was talking about our midfield with Havertz, Odegaard and Declan Rice. That's pretty much all the news today, people. There's not much news going around at Arsenal today other than this main story with Mohammed Kudus. Welcome back, guys. Good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for the support yesterday, guys. We returned to YouTube after having my holiday off, and we're back yesterday. We did a very good watch-along, match reaction. Obviously, shame the result was not that great, and we ended up losing to Man United. But yes, enough about that, guys. Let's dive right into the news. As always, smash that button, guys. We are so close. I can't stress enough. We're so close. We're 50 subscribers away from 5k. We're so close, man. So let's hope we get that by at least next week, guys. And I'll be doing a massive stream for that one. So yeah, thank you for the support. Let's get into the news today. I'm going to start off with, of course, with Mohammed Kudus. Now, David Ornstein did indeed tweet this yesterday. He did a what's it called, a bomber? How do people call it? Is it a bomber? Is it exclusive? Whatever it is. Chelsea have made contact with Ajax to express interest in signing Mohammed Kudus. No offer yet, but a dialogue has taken place. 22-year-old attacking midfielder on option of Chelsea, considering plus the agreement is very close on personal terms. So yeah, Chelsea already are in talks with Mohammed Kudus. Nothing about Arsenal yet from David Ornstein. But there is, of course, I said in my stream yesterday, there is many reports going about that Arsenal also heavily interested in signing Mohammed Kudus, and it is a race between Arsenal and Chelsea to sign this player. And Man United also were interested in a sort of, deaded that interest and are not really interested in Kudus anymore. But it's between, of course, Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal, a few days ago, were looking like to be the favourites, but now Chelsea come in, they're looking to hijack the deal. They've already made contact with Ajax, and they're looking to set up to structure an open offer for Mohammed Kudus. Now, look, I mean, we've seen this story before. We have seen this story before where we want a player and then Chelsea come in and hijack them. It happened last season with Mudryk as a prime example. Arsenal, for the whole transfer window, we all thought he was going to get Hello Mudryk, but Chelsea hijacked him off us. Same with Joao Felix. Arsenal were heavily interested in Joao Felix before Chelsea were. Chelsea come in and hijack us. Arsenal interested in Mohammed Kudus. Can we see the same thing happen where Chelsea come in and obviously hijack the player? Now, for me, guys, right, I think this player is a very, very good player. And yes, I don't watch, and we do not watch the Eredivisie week in, week out. But I looked at his, obviously, where he can play yesterday. And obviously, I look where he can play in terms of his positions. And he has played in the positions and his versatility. He can play on the wing, right-hand side. Right wing could be a good backup of Saka. Can play as an attacking midfielder. And also as a centre-forward. Now, the one I like the most about this player is he can play as a centre-forward. That is the main thing why I want him the most, because I think it proved yesterday that we need another striker. Jesus is good, but he's going to get us 18, 20, whatever. 18 is a weird number. He's going to get us 20 goals a season. I don't think he scored over 50 in his career. So, no, he's not. He's very, very good, Jesus. 18 in Nketiah is simply not the answer for our football club. And then we're still unsure about Balogun, which is why I wanted to see Balogun play yesterday. And I want to see Balogun feature more for this upcoming pre-season, for the rest of the pre-season, because he's not getting a chance, is he? So I like the fact that this guy can play centre forward, and he has played centre forward quite a lot for Ajax. He's predominantly more as an attacking midfielder, but obviously last season he was in the Champions League. He was in Liverpool's group, Napoli's group, Rangers' group, and for all the games in the group he plays as centre forward. He scored against Liverpool as well in that position. So I like the idea that this guy can play three positions. Very versatile. He's got a very good first touch. He's very skillful, very, very quick. He's I think it'll be really good for Arsenal. I think if we do come and responds and beat Chelsea still, I think it'll be a very, very good sign. And I think it may go up to, as things stands, his price tag is 40 million, but that may increase when Chelsea come in for him. Ajax want more. If Arsenal come in for him, then it'll be a bidding war, and then his value will go up and up and up, and we could see him 60 mil, 50 mil, whatever it may be for this player. But I think we should go in for this guy because is he now and out centre forwards? I mean, look, he's played there, but I think this guy is more suited to the win, in my opinion, more as like a right winger. I think him playing, he's been good playing centre forward, and I think I watched him in the World Cup as well, play for Ghana, and he was obviously their best player. One. Thomas Partey was there as well, innit? But he's one of the best players in for Ghana, and I'm pretty sure he's playing as a number 10. And he looked very, really, really, really sharp. And I know Ghana was very poor in the World Cup. I think they lost to Uruguay. I think they beat South Korea, didn't they? 3-2, and then they obviously lost to Portugal 3-2. So they didn't make it out of the group stage, but this guy really impressed me in that one. And obviously, I watched him in the odd Champions League game. I said last season he scored against Liverpool, scored a really good goal, in fact, against Liverpool, didn't he? So I've seen him a few times play Champions League, but obviously I don't watch Eredivisie. It's a similar thing with Timber, yes, we've heard of the player before. We don't watch the Eredivisie, we don't watch the Dutch League week in, week out, but we've seen him play in the World Cup for Netherlands, we've seen him play in the Nations League for Netherlands, we've seen him play your Champions League game, and that's it. And Timbers came in, he's really good. And one thing I will say about Ajax is they produce some really good ballers. I mean, there's a whole list of players that Ajax produce which come out to be, world class. Frankie de Jong is the prime example. Now at Barcelona, Van der Beek, he didn't work out at Man United, but he was really good playing for Ajax. Who else? That squad they had in the Champions League, where they lost all their players, right, pretty much. Ziyech is another one. Ziyech now at Chelsea was world class at Ajax, man. So they do produce some very good players, and I think obviously Lisandro Martinez as well, who's gone to Man United, who Arsenal did as well. And obviously we said we got Timber, but Ajax do produce some very good players, man, and I think Kudus is another one of those talents that if he goes to Chelsea or if he comes to the Premier League, he will thrive for that. And I think this is why Arsenal needs to go and get this guy. I really think we should go in and battle Chelsea for this guy and for once beat them to a transfer, because you think about it, right? Who would you rather go to right now? And I know money talks in these transfers, but who would you rather go to right now, Arsenal or Chelsea? For me, it's got to be Arsenal. We are still a bigger club than Chelsea, by the way. Right now, we're better than them as well, and we're bigger still. Yeah, they can have their Champions League, shove it out their arse, mate. We're still the third biggest club in England. That's a fact. So, end of the day, we got Champions League football. Chelsea, where's Chelsea's European football? They haven't got Conference League. Chelsea, we've got Champions League. So he would rather. Yes, he's agreed personal terms, or he's close to agreeing personal terms. But if this is why I think we going for the player. He will agree personal terms with Arsenal over Chelsea. That's the way I see it. He'll want to play Champions League football, right? He's going to London nevertheless, whether he goes Chelsea or Arsenal, right? But we're in Champions League football. That's the main thing. In Champions League football, that is the main thing. We're Arsenal Football Club. We should be going in for this guy. If you really want this guy, which the reports suggesting that we are, we should go in for this guy. We should battle Chelsea for the player, and we should go and get Mohammed Kudus. Because look, versatile, skillful, quick, young, only value of 40 million. I think it's a no-brainer for me. I'm really excited by this. I'll say excited. I'm actually really excited by this transfer if we do go in for him. But at the moment, Chelsea are in the race. Chelsea are favourites in the race now. There's open talks with Ajax. We haven't. We've just been targeting the player. So if we really want to go and I think we should go and get this player. I think this guy can really help Saka boost Saka's competition. You know, him as a backup right winger. But if you don't want to play right wing, you could go number 10. If you don't want to play number 10, you can go centre forward. So I really like the idea of signing Mohammed Kudus. I think we should go in for the player, guys. And I'm going to share the report which said that we are obviously interested in this player. Give me 1 second. Yes, it's this one, I think. So yeah, there's lots of papers talk. This is from the Express. Lots of paper talk basically saying that Chelsea have a perfect. Chelsea could beat the London rivals to sign Mohammed Kudus. Chelsea may have the perfect swap deal to trump Arsenal in the race for Ajax star Mohammed Kudus. The Ghanaian star, targeted by both London clubs with the blue, may just have the edge to get the deal done. Chelsea attempted to overhaul their squad this summer. Mauricio Pochettino has already offloaded a host of high-profile players in the first transfer window in charge. And Nkunku Jackson has arrived at Stamford Bridge. The Athletic reports that Chelsea are keen on adding Kudus to their ranks. Ajax value the versatile star at around 40 million. The report claims personal terms have almost been agreed between Chelsea and Kudus. The news will come as a both of us will also keen to sign the 22-year-old. The Gunners are hoping to offload a number of unwanted first-team players before adding the signings of Kai Havertz, Timber, Declan Rice, over Chelsea could beat them to Kudus before they get the chance to pursue him. Luz may have also trump card in order to convince Ajax to sell them. Hakim Ziyech spent 4 years as a player Ajax was in 2016-2020 before making the move to West London. Morocco stars likely to leave Chelsea this summer, and if he can find a new club, and he could be tempted by a return to the team he enjoyed so much success at. Ajax know it's unrealistic for them to be able to keep players of Kudus' ability and potentially when big European sides come knocking. However, the possibility of getting players such as Ziyech in return could be an attractive proposition. He scored 49 goals, contributed a staggering 81 assists in 165 appearances during his first spell at Ajax. His time at Chelsea hasn't gone as he or the club would have hoped, despite Ziyech, obviously. Obviously PSG. Look, Chelsea are ahead of Arsenal in the race for Mohammed Kudus. I think with the fact that they got the leverage with having Hakim Ziyech still at the club, they can organise a swap deal for him. I think they have a better. They're more favourable to get Kudus in that respect. But I think if we want to pay if we want to really get this guy, if we're really interested in this guy, we should pay more money than Chelsea. We should go and get this guy. We should do what they did to us. We should get for sweet revenge. What they did with us with João Felix, what they did with us with Mikhailo Mudryk, we should be doing the same for this one. And I think we should go all in for Kudus, man. I really think we should. I think this guy should be one of our main targets now. I know we're more focused on offloading players. I know that's going to be our next priority now, is to get rid of all the dead wood. That we still have left in the club. There's about 10 players for me who really need to be sold. But I think with this, I think we should go all in for this player, man. Because although I haven't watched much of him, the thing that gets me the most excited about this player is he's very versatile, man, and he can play centre forward, which is why I want him. He wouldn't be the ideal striker for me. As I said, it always has been Ivan Toney. In my opinion, it always has been Ivan Toney. I think Ivan Toney keeps us something different. I think he's a target man. I think he's someone who can get in the box, can actually get on the end of crosses. Very good aerially as well. We love to put crosses into the box with Zinchenko, Tierney if he plays on that wing. Ben White likes to overlap. I'm sure Timber will be doing the same. Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard. We love crosses in the box. How many headers do we realistically score? So I think Ivan Toney will give us something different off the bench as well. If you need a goal, man scored 20 goals for Brentford last season, playing for Brentford. No disrespect, but Brentford. So imagine how Ivan Toney would do on Arsenal. I think Ivan Toney for me, perfect. I mean, Ivan Toney doesn't get bullied off the ball. Ivan Toney is for me class. He is class. Yeah, 20 goals for Brentford speaks alone. Obviously, I know with the betting allegations and all that stuff, he's not going to be back till February. So maybe that's what deal we got to do in January. But look, I really like the idea of Mohammed Kudus, man. I really do like the idea of Mohammed Kudus, and I think we should go in for this player, man, and not let Chelsea game. But as things stand, guys, Chelsea are favourites, are aheads, leading the race to sign Mohammed Kudus. So we have to wait and see what happens with this one. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on Mohammed Kudus. Yes or no to Arsenal? Should Arsenal battle Chelsea? Should we go all in for this player, or should we look elsewhere? Because I look at it, I think this guy can play as a centre forward, man. You know, this guy can play as a centre forward. You know, we get rid of Eddie Nketiah. I've been Nketiah off, right, and get this guy. And Balogun is why I want us to give Balogun a chance, man. I want us to give Florian Balogun a chance. I think he deserves a chance because he hasn't started a game yet this preseason. Why is he not starting a game this preseason? I've seen enough at Eddie. I mean, we've seen enough at Eddie Nketiah yesterday. I've seen enough at Eddie Nketiah for the past 3 years. He's been at Arsenal Football Club, yeah. Let's give someone like Balogun a chance because then we can make a decision whether we can get good money for the player and offload him, or if he's good enough, keep him. So yeah, for me, you get rid of Nketiah and you bring in this guy instead, who can play as an attacking midfielder, who can play as a centre forward and a right winger. For me, he's no brainer. We go and get him. We go and battle Chelsea. We should be going and getting this guy. Do I think we're going to go and get this guy? I think we'll respond. I do think we will respond with a bid, but I feel like Chelsea will just pay more money because that's what they always do, innit, man? That's what they always do. But I think about it, guys, and I think, listen, we right now are better than Chelsea. We've always been bigger than Chelsea. We have Champions League. They ain't got Champions League. Personal terms will be no issue, in my opinion. Yes, he said he's agreed personal terms, so that's good. We haven't came in for him, the player, yet. If we come in for the player, we will get him, in my eyes, in terms of personal terms, right? He will agree to come to Arsenal. Will Arsenal pay more money than Chelsea? That's the only issue I've got. Will we go and be like, pay more money than Chelsea? We know Chelsea have to overspend and all that stuff. You know, will we do that considering we splashed 105 million on Declan Rice? Considering that we have, I mean, I look at it, I think if we were willing to spend 65 million on Kai Havertz, so surely we can go and get Mohammed Kudus. I think it's a no-brainer, guys. I really do, and I think it's a no-brainer. And I think we will respond, but I just see Chelsea getting this player, man. Unfortunately, that's wait and see how happens this one at the moment, guys. But the talk today and yesterday is that obviously Chelsea open talks to sign him. They're preparing their first bid. Arsenal nowhere near. We're just targeting the player. So that is the news with Mohammed Kudus. Let me go through your guys' comments and then I will get into the next story about